Good morning, everyone. It's time once again for our weekly visit with Dan Yagi from Ag Performance of Buffalo Center and Ormsby. Good morning, Danny boy.
Rolls. Guys, you should see Rice. He has this tie on, gold tie, white long sleeve shirt on, tan pants. He looks dapper today, guys.
Dan, you got to dress for success, dude.
I'm not. I got my jeans on, my shirt on. I just came from emptying the dryer out.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you know, I like to put you to shame sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I got to be.
That's right. Well, our topic of discussion this week is tillage, and a lot of guys are finishing up their tillage here this week before Thanksgiving, aren't they?
Oh, everything. I like it black, actually, guys. I got more heavier dirt. Now, my rolling ground, you like to have more residue on top. But I tell you what, we're getting a black this year, and that means if we have a drier spring, even if it's cold, we can get in early and plant early. I'm always huge in that. Again, I've told you guys the 18th of April is always my day. This year I started the 13th. That field was awesome. It turned out great. I kind of poured the cobs to it, if that's the right wording. I'm putting nutrients on it. But it worked out good. And I think everybody, like especially this Buffalo Center, we had some really good yields on corn. Beans may be a little bit down. But you get outside the area, it changes somewhat, depending on the direction. But on the tillage side of it, that's why we have more stalks or less. I see a lot blacker ground this year because all that 2-3 inches we got in the middle of this fall taking the crop out. But I don't think it hurt at all. I think it helped. Now, some of this vertical tillage equipment I just love. Breaking these stalks up into finer pieces or having the right corn head, the Kelmer's units, which I have in my head, I just love because it breaks it down. I think it's huge. To get in early, not only that, you don't have the trash out there for the following crop, especially corn and corn. You got to get a black following year or get the residue chopped up as much as possible. And then a lot of the big, better farmers that I live here in the Buffalo Center area, they really chew it up well with a vertical tillage tool. And then come like a 2660 or the 870 Case IH rippers and then level it out beautifully. It looks gorgeous. I mean, they're doing a good job, and I think we're set up for a good year next year. It just depends on weather.
I can't help but think, going back to days gone by, I've heard my dad say this, and I'm sure your dad has said this too, the blacker the better, right?
Oh, I remember we used to have plows, 5-bottom plows with 1086s. I mean, everybody did in the 70s and early 80s, and that's when I was in high school and actually graduated. But those were good days. In fact, I remember one day a buddy of mine went out till 2-3 in the morning, and all at once he just stopped. And I was like, what's wrong? I was a distance cross field, and I come up. Stalks had built up underneath his thing and lifted his back wheels up, and he couldn't even move. So we just kind of laughed, got a chain, pulled him off that. But it took a lot of time to do a quarter, even with 2 plows. Now you take the ripper out there a quarter a day easily, if not more, you can get done depending on the size of it. Smaller ripper, maybe a couple days, but it goes so much faster. And you know, these yields are just phenomenal. And you know, we kind of expect them, and we're so lucky around here the way it's been. But these farmers around here do a great job too. No matter whose corn or what fertility you use, they do a good job. There's great products in the marketplace.
All right, if anyone has any questions or comments about anything, Danny boy, you and I talk about on a weekly basis, how they get a hold of you.
I try, but call us at 641-562-2370. I almost did my cell phone.
I was going to say, you get a lot of good information off your cell phone too, Danny.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know if I want to give that out right now.
That's very true, yes. Well, Dan, have a great week. We'll see you again next week.
Thanks, Rolls.
All right, visiting with Danny Boy Yagi from Ag Performance of Buffalo Center and Ormsby.